Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So welcome Pisces to the first tarot reading in my new studio area office because I have moved. Let me know how the sound is, although I think I'll probably be able to tell when I'm done, when I hear it. I did a live reading and some people complained it was a little echoey, and I went back and listened to it and it was. I've added a few more soft things to this room because it is a hardwood floor room. Anyways, let's see how this goes. I'll just keep adjusting it. So Pisces, my friends, what we're going to do is we're going to work double duty with, I thought, what decks will I use? Actually, to be honest, I didn't think what would be the best way to open up the first tarot reading in this new space. But it's funny how I think I want to use like Rider-Waite all the way around. I'm using my regular size and my teeny tiny size. So that's kind of funny, right? It's like almost paying homage to one of the most original decks, at least well known. So what we're going to do, this is a general reading, Pisces. So in this general reading, I'm going to pull out what your current situation is, your energy and emotions about this situation perhaps. What's your recent past, your immediate future? What's the surprise from the universe? And then what is the overall energy of this reading around you? So we're going to get started, Pisces. I've already pre-shuffled. I'm going to shuffle up a little bit again. I've really changed my lighting system too. I've gone actually with just a lamp with a soft, what do you call that? Like daylight lamp, light yellow, warm, as opposed to having the brighter studio lights on. I don't know, it just feels nicer. All right, Pisces. My Pisces friends. You're trying to manifest something good. You're trying to manifest good things. Let me get there. So, but the overall energy of the reading seems to be, okay, it's the Nine of Swords is what's coming up. For it, something is coming in hot and fast here. And that's a surprise from the universe. I don't know what's coming in hot and fast. I am going to clarify everything with the teeny tiny deck. So the current situation here, it's interesting. I'm wondering if one of the reasons I picked this deck is because I like going back to some of the things that I've written down on these, just studying tarot, and yeah, it's cool. So one of the things that I haven't thought about in a while with the Page of Pentacles is connecting matter and physical existence. So this is almost like taking the steps as a magician, a manifester, and making something physical about it, right? But it's almost like the first step being the page. So it does feel like there could be something here, some sort of a new project that you're working on. And it almost has that feeling of just being like super careful about it. It's like he's holding this and it just feels like really delicate. It's almost as if something is even possibly in the physical now, but it's so new that you don't want to mishandle it. You don't want to hold it the wrong way and break it. Like it's fragile. It feels fragile, like something new in your world or in your environment that, it's just, you don't want to break it. It's fragile. Your current energy and emotions is the Five of Cups, though. So I don't know if this is something new that you've had to kind of create here that maybe you wasn't an intention to do it, or it wasn't a plan, because I'm not sure what you're disappointed about. I'm going to be honest, like your reading it feels like there's certain things that are kind of coming up here that aren't obvious to me why you're feeling a certain way. And that I don't know why you'd be feeling that way. In the recent past, you have the 8 of Wands. So either you feel like you were moving in a particular direction and that seemed good. Things might have been very, very fast in terms of what was going on for you as well. There could have been a lot of correspondence occurring in your life. You could have been talking to a lot of different people. But I don't know. Right now, though, with the 5 of Cups, you're just like, In your immediate future is a big change. That's interesting. Your immediate future is a big change. It's kind of like whatever cycle was in the past, it's done. And there's something about to unfold in the future for you. And right, the surprise from the universe is the Knight of Swords. Is this something that's rushing towards you, or is this your mind really rushing forward? I want to say a little bit like it could be you. You might be surprised how fast you're going to act on something in the future, how fast you're going to think on your feet, how little hesitancy you're actually going to have. Because the overall energy of the reading, though, is the Knight of Swords. This is like feeling like trapped in your mind, like you feel immobile. You can't move because of your mind. But the surprise is, hey, guess what? You and your mind are going to be moving pretty quick in the future. I don't know how far in the future. See, like in the past, you had this 8 of Wands. I don't know how far in the past this could be. I find it's funny with tarot sometimes, right? Like I feel like when I pull cards, I could be looking at a past, like it could be something that was significant for you. It could be a couple of years ago, a few months ago. Why is it coming into a reading now? Oh, there's got to be a reason. Maybe it's something that was unfinished. Oh yeah, so your underline is the Magician and the 2 of Cups. And maybe you have like any sort of mental anxiety, overthinking, worries, because you are trying to be super cautious and careful here. I almost put, isn't that funny? I almost put that on the underline. Like the reason that we're here for the reading. But the reason we're here for the reading is even possibly like just like balance in relationships here. Like really trying to create some wonderful balance in relationships. There could even be, if you're already in a relationship, I want to say as well, is you might be working through some sort of a new hurdle with a partner, and it could have something to do with a new project, or it could have something to do with like your own kids or a child with the Page of Pentacles. But right now, emotionally, yeah, I want to go to that. Why is the 5 of Cups here? Five of Cups is the current energy and emotions of Pisces. The 5 of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups, the Moon, and the 5 of Cups. It almost feels like you had to, I don't know, postpone a celebration, or you haven't been able to go and do some things that you would really like to do that are kind of fun. Get together with some friends, perhaps. This little area just feels like there's something here personally that you haven't been able to do. Oh, hello. Sorry, Larry just came into the room. It's almost like there's something that you haven't been able to do for yourself personally. And it's odd. It's almost like it's stirring up some kind of fears. So I don't know if you're fearful that maybe something, I don't know. I want to say, okay, how I would describe this is almost like, let's say there's something going on in your life, okay? And let's say that you had some plans to go out with some friends. And last minute you had to call them and say, you know what, I'm not going to be able to make it. And like you were deeply disappointed about it. But I want to say there's almost like some sort of fear here with the Moon card and the 5 of Cups that you've left other people in disappointment. I don't know. It's kind of funny. It almost feels like, I want to say you're not the only person disappointed. If you're disappointed that something couldn't happen, it's just, yeah. So the Page of Pentacles, this is the current situation. The Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Two of Swords. I want to say with this underline and that page in the current situation, it to me feels almost as if there's, I want to say there could even be two parenting styles that come up here with something. There could be like an issue that you're dealing with a child or a small project. And there's two, or let's say like parenting styles, but they, like, you're going to parent something even if it's a small project, like to nurse it, to build it, to guide it, to create something with it until it's supporting itself, even if it was a business or something like that. But this is almost like, I feel like there's a shift here in terms of who's running this or whose decision are we going to go with on this. There's definitely something going on here about working together with someone else in terms of, I don't know, perhaps tackling some sort of an issue. Like, it's almost like, well, we need another plan moving forward. But with the Two of Swords, I really can't tell who this is going to be. There is definitely some sort of a very distinct power struggle. So recent past was the Eight of Wands. It almost feels like things were moving, things were going on. The Seven of Wands and the Empress. Now you have the Empress and the Emperor and the Two of Cups. So it does feel like for sure that this has something to do with a very personal relationship, like you and your partner, you and your spouse. It could be something that you're dealing with in terms of if it's a second marriage, it could be one of their kids. You're dealing with some sort of an issue and you both have a different opinion about how to deal with this. In the past, it almost feels like with what's here though, is I feel like, I don't know if you're the Emperor or the Empress. I can't tell that in this. All I can, and to be quite honest, I feel like the energy with the Two of Swords could even switch at different times. One of you might be more masculine, might be more vocal, might be more like take action, getting something done right now, where at different times the other person in this situation is, I feel like, even trying to kind of balance this Emperor energy. Like with the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands, like, don't move so fast. Don't move so fast on this. Slow this down. Travel and correspondence, almost like the Empress was trying to slow this down. Protect something here. And it doesn't have to be a child, but it's just the easiest way for me to read this in terms of, instead of just giving you like 3 and 4 different possibilities of what this Page of Pentacles represents, and then going over all 3 different ones every time I have something new coming in on this. It can be a business project. It can be an art project. It can be something that is just, it's on what would feel like unsteady ground. Somehow you're replanning something here. But it does have the feeling like, if this Emperor decides, you know what, I think the best thing that we should do here is get a tutor, you know, just for sake of argument. And the Empress is like, well, you know what, I don't think we should do that because it's, I don't know why you wouldn't, to be honest, but there's probably reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like these two energies would typically work together like this, but it's like they're doing this somehow. But in your immediate future, there's a dramatic change. There's death and rebirth. The Ten of Swords, there certainly is an ending. So what's the rebirth? The Nine of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Well, it feels like the rebirth is, I don't know, it's almost like I have no choice but to just not be involved emotionally with this. I feel like there's a lot more going on with this Five of Cups than is being shown here. I feel like somehow you're pulling out like a Scorpio on me. Which is interesting because the Five of Cups is Scorpio energy. And then you have it over here too. Maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio. And I say that because Scorpio is often the sign that I'll run into the most, where there's certain things that are hidden that I can't pick up in the reading. And it just makes it hard for me as a reader to kind of puzzle it all together for you. But it probably makes sense to you. So, surprise from the universe. The Knight of Swords. Oh, the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Well, this is good. Whatever is coming in fast here, if this is you, or this is you reacting to something, or something reacting to you, and the reaction is good. So whoever, whatever that is, this surprise is, a little bit of me feels like it's you because it's swords, and that's kind of what you got playing out here. Like the overall energy of your reading is the Nine of Swords, and your rebirth is the Nine of Swords with the Eight of Cups. It almost feels like you don't want to get your emotions invested in this. Because if you're going to feel confusion or pain, or the best way to feel that is through your mind and not your heart. You're going to let your head take on all this responsibility. But this surprise is beautiful because this is love, this is emotion, this is expressing, this is investment into those feelings. It's building on those. It's using that to project a future. So I think the universe has a big surprise for you. Energy, overall energy of your reading is this Nine of Swords. The Lovers. Aw, this is like something to do with a relationship, I would say. It doesn't have to be like romantic partner relationship, but I do definitely feel like there's some sort of dynamic here that in the past, because that's what's coming up with this Eight of Wands, it feels as though a part of this dynamic was either defensive or apprehensive. And I don't know. So I want to say, if you're not the Emperor, but whoever the Emperor is in this reading is the one that's kind of trying to plan here. Trying to come up with plans and not necessarily getting the solution that they need. So it feels almost like this Empress has the solution here, but it's been guarded. The Two of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. The Magician. The Ace of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. I do feel like there's a solution. You have a solution. But the solution comes through very practically. It's a very practical solution. And it actually, this practical solution that you come up with changes all the emotions. So like, it kind of works out really well. Because the emotions are the ones that are kind of confusing me in your readings. Like, why are you feeling like that? But honestly, as like just looking at the surprise, it is the surprise. This is the one area of your entire reading that feels like, wow, well, this is kind of cool. So I just want to say, it just feels like, and it's fast. It's like, it's non-inhibited. It's quick, fearless. It's enthusiastic. Here it comes, baby. So the universe has a big surprise for you. And like specifically, what is that? I feel a bit like it's a solution or a resolution between two energies, and you're one of them. And what that resolution needs to be, I don't know 100%. There's different ways that this can come up, but it feels like it has something to do with this Page of Pentacles. I'm going to look at that. And then we end with the World into Victory. So this is very successful. Something that's going to be very successfully completed. You're going to look good on all avenues here, Pisces. So I'm going to go do the extended Pisces. In the extended, well, with this version of reading this week, I'm going to look at where is all this really taking you? So everything that we saw here, it should be interesting. And where to focus right now. Where to focus right now. I don't know if in your head is the best way. It could be maybe some other distraction. I like that. I have written down here, self-mind games. All right, Pisces, I'm going to go do your extended. Thank you so much for being the first one in my new space. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.